everybody. So I thought it might be interesting today to talk a little bit about mastering sort of different ways to look at the fingerboard and also incorporating it with Melodic Minor here, because Melodic Minor is always something that we can kind of dive into and get a lot out of. So we'll do G Melodic Minor as our basic scale we're going to work through. We're going to use the 7th arpeggio. So I'm going to show you all the ways I kind of look at this on the fingerboard. So the scale itself, all right, typical fingering here. I could play it completely differently this way, look. Using the open G and the open A and the open D. I wouldn't typically do that, but let's say I'm in the bottom part of the fingerboard. That might be useful. So don't shy away from using open strings where they can help you out. Now, if we look at the 7th arpeggios, check it out. G minor major 7 is the first one we get. If I play it down here, I can use the open D. I get a totally different fingering going on. Now, the 2nd arpeggio, built off the A, the 2nd degree, is an A minor 7. So, check this out. Going from the G minor major 7, the first chord, or first arpeggio, I should say. Now, if we move to the 2nd one, I can move my whole hand, look, up to here, A minor. But I could do this. Now I could move back down 1 fret. Sounds different too, doesn't it? Because I'm using different strings and different configurations now. See, I play G minor major 7, move down a fret, and I'm moving diagonally back down towards the headstock, playing these notes, A, C, E, G, E, C, A, right? Now, this would depend on if you were trying to stay more in one position or to transition up the fingerboard. Now, something I get a lot of my private students to work on is this way of visualizing the fingerboard and also thinking about working across the neck but using a 1 fret movement either side of your starting bass to navigate through chord changes. So not just jumping from position to position just to make the chord change, but seeing what is really under your hand or immediately adjacent to it is very useful. So we have those first 2 arpeggios, G minor major 7. We can go up to A minor 7 here, or from the G minor major 7, down a fret and play A, C, E, G there, right? Now, the 3rd 7th arpeggio, diatonically located here off the minor 3rd step of G melodic minor, we get a B flat major 7, but it's augmented, it has a sharpened or raised 5th. It's kind of interesting sound, so we get this. We could also play it here with an open D, look. All right, so we've got G minor major 7, then A minor 7, now B flat major 7 sharp 5. Check the fingering out. Unusual in that I'm playing the root of the arpeggio with my 3rd. You could also play it like this, the root with the 2nd, and stretch to make the F sharp, the sharpened 5th, up to the A. Look. This is very similar to a regular fingering for a regular major 7 with a perfect 5th, like this, a B flat major 7 with a normal 5th. Now listen, sharp 5. What I do slightly is just pivot my hand across. See, I just slide a little bit here. I'm not trying to lock my hand in place and then try and stretch. I'm using my thumb as a bit of a pivot here, but I might also slide a little way along the back of the neck, back and forth. So don't feel you have to lock your thumb down there. But I often do use the thumb as a pivot, but in this case I might just slide it. I'll play the B flat, the D, and then I'll just slide and slightly pivot to reach the F sharp and do the same in reverse when you return back, okay? So now we have this. Or we could go G minor major 7, A minor 7, and now 3rd finger on the tonic of the B flat major sharp 5. Like that, see? If you notice, what we've done is we started here, we moved back a fret to play A minor, then we went back up to here. So we've moved one fret down from our starting position and one fret up so far, but we've played 3 different arpeggios, right? It's kind of interesting. So you're seeing stuff different ways without necessarily having to go G, root, A, B flat always. You're kind of looking at that, but you're not always moving straight up the neck, all right? It's gonna be very useful. Okay, next one after the B flat major 7 sharp 5 is C7. It's unusual. It has a dominant 7 built off the 4th step of the melodic minor. It's a C7 here with a sharp 11 if we continue with the extensions. So if I'm here on the B flat, look, I could just play the root of the C7 there. Of course, I could also play it. And you can either pivot up, which I tend to do when I play the 7th here, or you can stay there and do that. Now, if I want to work up this way, but use little movements, see, look, I can play my B flat major 7 sharp 5, 3rd finger on the root, B flat, D, F sharp, A. Now I can just jump and now play C7, but I could do this, look. So here's my B flat major 7 sharp 5. Now I slide up 1 fret. See what I mean? So B flat major 7 sharp 5, C7, C, E, G, B flat. You see? I just move, because I'm playing here, I can just slide up. I've got my 3rd finger on the root of the B flat major 7 sharp 5 with this alternate fingering. So now it's very easy to move up 1 fret, and I'm ready to play C7 with this alternate fingering going root, major 3rd, perfect 5th, and the minor or flat 7, you see. So now we have, see? And I haven't moved that much, have I? I started off here, and if I go up this way, I've only moved, if you look, 2 frets to cover 4 arpeggios. G minor major 7, up to A minor. Now back down a fret, start with my 3rd on the B flat major sharp 5, up 1 fret to cover C7. Now if I keep going with each root being played on the E string, I've got a D7. I could also do the same fingering for D7, all right? Or I could play C7 and swap to the more orthodox fingering for D. And then I've got 2 more arpeggios to get through. E minor 7 flat 5. Now if I'm on D7 this way, watch this. I could move up 1 fret and play, that's an E minor 7 flat 5 or half diminished 7 arpeggio. E, G, B flat, D. So I play root, minor 3rd, flat 5, minor or flat 7 here, right? Or I could move up further and start with my 1st finger on the root, E, G, B flat, D. They're both good. But it's seeing these things a couple of different ways really opens up your knowledge of the fingerboard. So if I'm here on my E minor 7 flat 5, you can play the same fingering up a whole step for my F sharp minor 7 flat 5. Now remember, if I was on E here, it's a minor 7 flat 5. Instead of moving up with the same fingering, I could play the other fingering for the F sharp minor 7 flat 5 and not shift. Watch this. E minor 7 flat 5, 1st finger on the root. E, G, B flat, D. Okay? 1, 4, 2, 1. And don't shift. And now we're going to play the F sharp minor 7 flat 5. This is the 7th arpeggio located off the 7th step of G melodic minor, right? So I go F sharp, A, C, E. Let's put those 2 together. E minor 7 flat 5. An F sharp minor 7 flat 5. And 7th here. See? Let's do that one more time, because this may be a little tricky for some of you that aren't so familiar with melodic minor. So E minor 7 flat 5 with our more orthodox fingering, starting on the 1st. flat, D. Now stay here, don't shift. F sharp minor 7 flat 5, F sharp, A, C, E, all right? So we've got E minor 7 flat 5, F sharp minor 7 flat 5, and now we're back to G minor major 7. Okay, we could just move up, couldn't we? And now shift up. But we could, watch this, F sharp minor 7 flat 5, G minor major 7. I stay in position and just did extended from the D to the F sharp, which is the perfect fifth in the major 7 of the G minor major 7. Down here, that stretch of a major third on a single string is quite large, but from the 12th fret, probably from the 10th for me, I have smallish hands. This is actually quite manageable. So I have this. I can reach that major 7. See what I mean? That's quite useful. So now I can play minor 7 flat 5 off the E, F sharp minor 7 flat 5 here, off my third, use extended fingering for the minor major 7 off G, G, B flat, D, F sharp. Now, what if I want to keep going with those arpeggios, but move up to the playing the roots on the A's? We're getting kind of cramped. You know, on a J-type bass, we've got a big heel block here, right? So, I've got G minor major 7, move up to A, it's A minor 7, then we've got our B flat major 7 sharp 5. Now down here, we played it with the third finger on the root, right? This is a cool alternate fingering. But here, we have to go back down the neck a little, and we don't need to do that. Watch this. So I'm on my G minor major 7, A minor 7. I could do the stretch now. Remember, from the D to the F sharp is also present in the B flat major 7 sharp 5. Root, major third, sharp or augmented fifth up to the major 7. That stretch, which we also could do here, it's a bit more of a stretch, but here, it's very easy, isn't it? So, notice what I do too. Instead of trying to play that with my third there, I find that odd. So I move up a fret to catch the major 7 with my second there. Look, I'll do that really slowly. Check it out, I'm moving a bit. B flat, D, F sharp, and the A, the major 7th with my second. See how I just pivoted up a little bit? My thumb kind of stays the same here. It's not really shifting, but I'm just rotating on the thumb, pivoting, okay? Pivot little. If I take my hand away without moving my thumb, look, that's where my thumb is. So it's roughly opposite my first, maybe between my first and second finger, ideally here. So another common little tip for you. A lot of people tend to let their thumb get left behind as they move up the neck. So they kind of start here good, and then you can see them, their thumb goes to the side like here, and they're trying to play. And if you do this, if you just put your thumb parallel to the edge of the fingerboard like that, you'll notice that, to me at least, I notice much less strength and articulation in my fingers now. If I put it behind like this, now I feel my hand is much stronger. Like that, you see? So I notice when I have my thumb in a good position, it's much easier to play things of any complexity. Okay, so there you go. So that gave you a little taste of that. And of course, you can apply this to starting anywhere on the neck. You know, you could play your C7 here, D7 here, E with that alternate fingering, E minor 7 flat 5 here, F sharp minor 7 flat 5, or you could play the regular fingering for E minor 7 flat 5, look. Then the alternate fingering on the F sharp, which is what we did here. We did this. So find it here. Then that G minor major 7 with the stretch. We can just about make that stretch down there. Some of you guys might have bigger hands than me. You'll find it really easy. Actually works really well. So there you go. Hopefully that was of interest. Don't forget, you can hit me up about lessons via my website. I'll put the information below. And you can also make a donation with the Buy Me a Coffee link too. And hopefully you're digging the channel. You can always leave some comments below and let me know about suggestions for other lessons too. All right, see you soon.